can't do this. I'm giving the ring back. You can't. You and Zach give me hope.
I'd like to be honest with you. You're not the best sex I've ever had.
One moment of truth.
We know who the baby's father is.
Can change everything.
I'm not begging you anymore.
Just thinking we should give it a try.
Crazy how life kind of puts you where you're supposed to be.
I don't know how much longer I can take this. I want you to take me home and make love.
Yo, what's good, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another Tyler Perry SISTAS review. This is season 6, episode 8, entitled Uneven Playing Field. This is the trailer breakdown. And this is your girl, Allie Nick, giving it to you when I give it to you, but it is always in the nick of time. And if you didn't know, we have fun over here. Okay, we have fun over here. So if this is your first time coming to my channel, welcome. If you are a returning family member, you already know what it is and what it always will be. Be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, especially subscribe. All that good stuff. If not, just sit back, relax, and we're going to get right into this thing. Now, let me say, yes, I have already done a trailer breakdown, but in the midst of my video uploading to YouTube, I happened to see this trailer on Twitter. And I was like, what? Now I got to do another one, but this one was good. This one added some more scenes that was not in the end of credits or the trailer that they previously released. And y'all know how we do. We're going to get right into this good old fashioned messy thing. So we see Andy and Fatima talking, and Fatima tells Andy that she can't do this and that she's giving the ring back. Andy tells Fatima she can't because her and Zach give her hope.
You a black ass lie.
If Fatima and Zach give Andy hope, then Andy is more hopeless than I actually gave her credit for. And I already had her pretty low on the hope scale, but she just knocked herself down another peg or two. But then again, I thought about it and I said, Andy is a woman who enjoys the flashy, finer things of life. And we all know that she will stoop pretty low in order to obtain it. So by her seeing Zach purchase Fatima her dream car, him purchasing this duplex and his style of dress elevating, I would say that all those things have probably played a role in her viewing their life through rose-colored glasses. And I'm looking at Fatima and I'm seeing her cry and all of that. And like I said, I got a little sympathization for her. And I'm like, Fatima, at the end of the day, sis, at the end of the day, this relationship with Zach have you looking foolish. And I'm talking about hella foolish. I'm talking about Ashanti's foolish. Speaking of Ashanti foolish, there is a verse in that song that says, I don't know how I allow you to treat me this way and still I stay. And that is something that I believe all women can relate to, not just women. I believe that if you have been in a relationship and someone has not, I guess, owned up to their part in making the relationship beneficial, you understand what that means. But the thing that I enjoy most about that verse is that Ashanti is taking responsibility. She says, I allow you. And I'm looking at Fatima and I'm like, the things that Zach is doing, you're actually allowing him to do it. And it's no different than when Karen used to complain about all the things that Zach didn't do or Zach did do in the midst of their relationship. And I will read the comments and the comments would say, well, Karen chose to stay there. With everything going on, she made the decision to stay with Zach. And that is absolutely correct. And that same moral principle applies to Fatima. You only been in it a few weeks, sis, and you have endured, you have allowed yourself to endure some of the most craziest things that one would have to endure in a relationship with somebody they've only been involved with a few weeks. But you're making the decision to stay. So if you're not going to do anything, if you're not going to check Zach, if you're not going to tell him the things that you need specifically so that your relationship with him is healthy, beneficial, and successful, then stop whining, stop crying. If you're going to allow him to do it, then just do what everybody used to tell Karen, shut up and deal with it. Or you dealt with it, sis. And I ain't trying to be harsh, but it is what it is. It's like, okay, how much, like the cycle that they have, they fight, they have sex, then they're good for a moment. And I mean a brief moment. And then the cycle continues. At some point, something has to change. Someone has to do something drastic in order for them to have a change in their relationship. Like it just is. They're not goals. They're not anything to aspire to be. Their relationship is really stressful and toxic. Just to put it out there. Then we see Andy and Gary. If I was Andy, I would have thrown at least one of those chairs at Gary so fast he wouldn't have known it was coming. Gary is a prime example of what happens when the male ego is bruised and shattered. I'm stuck on the fact that he legit came to her job to tell her that she was not the best sex he ever had. What? At this point, honestly, who cares? But at this point, the fact that people, Zach and Gary, can just come up to these people's job whenever they want to and start stuff, and it's a mess. Stop coming up to their job. Like, it's ridiculous. Zach and Gary have popped up so much at this law firm, it don't make no damn sense. These people are at work, sir. They don't have time to deal with y'all foolishness. Baby, I need Andy. I need Andy to keep the same energy that she had with Gary at that damn penthouse. Because if I was her, see, I think real quick on my feet. And one thing you're not going to do, you're not going to out-tongue wrestle me. Because you may try to hurt my feelings, but I'm going to attempt to annihilate yours. Now, I used to be this way. But thankfully, with elevation, my life is peaceful and serene for the most part. So I don't really have to get into this bag. I leave, this bag for the reviews. But baby, if I was Andy, I would have told Gary, you know what? I know I'm not the best you ever had. I could never be. Remember, there was a moment in time when your little friend couldn't rise to the occasion? I took it easy on you. Matter of fact, I held back every time we had sex. You know how you are. Come on. You can't even last that long.
2-minute brother.
When I tell you, oh, you thought you was going to come up here to embarrass me? Oh, you thought you was going to come up here and try to bruise my ego? No, sir. No, sir. I'm going to annihilate you. I'm going to try to suck your soul out your body, and not the way you want me to, Gary. See, I need Andy to be on that type of energy. Don't come down from that. Oh, I was high and I had some shots. No. Keep that same energy, sis. Let him know you ain't to be messed with. I need you to do this for me. Please, you don't make me proud very often, but I need you to make me proud when he come up in the office trying to embarrass you. Then we get, oh God, this review sounds so messy, but okay, maybe it is. And so we see the sisters. They are all at Karen's house, and Danny tells her that we know who the baby's father is, and I'm like, girl, who cares? At this point, call Blue's Clues, because this storyline has ran its course. And the fact that Tyler continues to bring this up every other episode right now is really blowing my mind. Because who cares? I'm only speaking for myself. I don't care, and I've said this countless of times. I don't care if Zach is the father. I don't care if Aaron's the father. I don't care who the father is at this point. Because does it really matter? It really doesn't. Who cares? Moving right along, we see Zach. He's coming home and he attempts to kiss Fatima, and she kind of moves her head to the side, not basically look like she want to be bothered with him. And he tells her that I'm not begging you anymore. And I don't blame him. I do not blame him at all. I'm not in no way, shape, or form saying that Zach is blameless in all of this. But I think what I always have an issue with, if there is someone attempting to communicate or attempting to find out what is happening, what is going on in our relationship, and that other person is ignoring them intentionally, that other person is not giving them the information that they need in order to correct their course of action, I have an issue with that. I understand Fatima's purpose in processing things, because there are moments that I do have to process things as well. However, processing, there should be some productivity in the midst of processing, not just saying I'm processing, so you can actually avoid the confrontation that's needed. And confrontation isn't always a bad thing. Some things just have to be confronted. You have to deal with the elephants in the room. You have to deal with the things that you feel and present them to the person that you're with. And I just don't believe that Zach is not the most emotionally intelligent person. And so Fatima ignoring him, Zach is one of those people, and it's sad to say, but it's like he's one of those people that if you ignore me, if you're not telling me things, you open the door for something to happen. That's how I view it. Is it right? Absolutely not. However, it just is what it is. And so with him telling her that I'm not begging you anymore, I hope he stops. Stop doing it. And I think one of the biggest issues in Zach and Fatima's relationship is the fact that they don't know each other and they parade around as if they do. Just like she told Andy, I know what his sex voice sounds like. I know what his I'm in love with you voice sounds like. No, really? He was talking to Karen in his I'm in love with you voice, and the brother had literally just woke up. Like, that's what we doing. And I've seen Zach tell Fatima, stop telling me I don't know you. I know you. The reality is you don't. You've been in each other's lives for a few weeks. And instead of really getting to know each other, you're playing house and playing like this relationship is something that is not. Therefore, the foundation has always been cracked and the foundation has always been unstable. And now because it wasn't built on a sturdy ground, you have all this unnecessary stuff that is happening within, their relationship. Then we see Danny. Danny is with Preston. So it's the morning after their little night or whatever. And she tells him, just thinking we should give it a try. I said, give what a try? Because I know damn well you ain't talk about no relationship. And I'm sorry, Danny, you and Karen, y'all acting like some real goof troops right now. I don't want this for you, Danny. I don't want this for you, and I don't want this for your good sis Karen. It just seemed like y'all just had a conversation we didn't know about, and both of y'all decided to get involved with engaged men. Is that where we are? Is that what we're doing right now at this moment in time in their life? This is what we gotta watch. Her saying she want to give it a try, and then Karen telling Zach that she want him to make love to her as if he's not engaged. But the issue is, I'm not going to put the blame on these women. It's these sorry ass men. Preston is engaged to Mindy. We don't know Mindy like that, but still, that's his fiance. And you jumped at the opportunity to have sex with Danny again. You jumped at the opportunity to be in her presence. And now she's telling him that she just want to give it a try. I hope she's talking about something else. But this is Tyler. So she might be talking about starting something with him. I don't know. I don't like it. This is so beneath. This is so low vibrational. I don't understand it. And knowing Preston, he gonna jump at the opportunity to be in any type of relationship with Danny. And so Zach and Karen are at this little coffee shop, and Zach tells her it's crazy how life puts you where you need to be or supposed to be. And I really do believe that Karen is reading more into this. I'm not gonna say reading more. I believe she is misconstruing his words. However, Zach is not setting clear boundaries with Karen at all. I'm really interested in seeing what happens when she tells him that she wants him to make love to her. How does he proceed after that? Does he completely shut it down? Does he leave it open? What happens with that? Because I'm so curious as to how we get from there to her telling her friends that Zach is coming over for sex, so I'm gonna need y'all to go. So it leads me to believe that Zach didn't shut that down the way he needed to, the way that an engaged man would shut that down if a woman approached him about an opportunity to have sex with her. It's just too much. And I'm not finna put all this blame on these women when these men don't do their due diligence to set boundaries when it comes to these other women. I'm sorry. I'm not finna put all the blame on them. Now, let me just say, I know that my trailer breakdown video had a lot of people riled up about this whole thing with Fatima popping up, showing up, walking in to Karen's home. I am not trying to persuade anybody to think the way that I do. We are all capable of having our own opinions and explaining why. And that's fine. I get it. I get it. But I will continue to stand on the fact I've had messages, I've had emails, and so on and so forth. I'm standing on the principle. I don't care what Karen did. I don't care what Karen said. I don't care that Karen propositioned Zach. I don't care about any of those things. It's the fact that Fatima walked into this woman's house. And not only did she walk into her house, you weren't invited and you're unannounced and you just appear. Karen's back is to her door. So when Fatima walks in, the girls see Fatima first. I had a conversation with someone via DM and voice notes. We were sending back and forth. And one of the things I'm seeing that people are very passionate about is just the fact that a lot of people don't like Karen. And I understand if she's not your favorite or she's just a character that you don't like. I understand that. But I had to have this person. I said, think about who your best friend is, whomever that person may be. I said, you got someone in mind? She said, I do. I said, okay. I said, now, despite what she may have done to Girl Z over here, y'all home chilling. Girl Z pops up in the house and your friend back is to her. You telling me you gonna tell your friend, well, you know, friend, you did say that you wanted to have sex with her man, so whatever happened, whatever she doing here, that's just what it's gonna be. I said, so you telling me that's what you would do? And it took her a long time to respond. And she was like, nah, I ain't saying I said, okay. I said, so the reality is, it's not the fact that Fatima is there, it's the fact you don't like Karen. So because you have this strong disdain for this character, you're saying it's okay for another person to walk in her house. I said, and nah, I don't vibe with that. If this was me, and to the person who said in my comments, I am promoting violence, miss me with that. The same thing I told you when I responded. I said, miss me with the fake concern and the propaganda. How much violence have there been on this show? How many shootings have we seen on this show? Fights we've seen on this show, etc. You're not going to come to my, like, that kind of stuff I don't even rock with. I'm not promoting no violence. I'm just telling you what the hell I would do. If that was me and some chick walked into my friend's house who I know my friend don't rock with, and my friend back is to her, which means Fatima can knock Karen head off if she wanted to, because her back is to her. Fatima's jaw would be shattered. There ain't no word spoken. I don't need to know why you here. It's the fact that you here. It's the fact that you're here, despite what this girl may have done. A lot of the comments, a lot of things people send to me is when Karen popped up at Zach's house. Yes, she popped up at their house multiple times. And she knocked on the door. She asked Zach, are you going to invite me in? Zach was like, nah. When she attempted to walk towards the door, he kind of not grabbed her in a bad way, but he blocked her path. Karen didn't fight her way to his door. She didn't continue to tussle until she got there and open. She didn't do that. So to me, there's still no comparison to her popping up at Zach's house and knocking on her door than Fatima walking her happy ass into this girl's apartment. Also to the fact, though, because I see a lot of these comments too. I don't care what Fatima did for Danny. I don't care what favor she did for Danny. I don't give a damn. This been my friend for almost 20 years. You think your one act of kindness is going to erase that and I ain't going to check your ass? That's why I said, come Wednesday night, if them girls don't say nothing, they ain't got to put their hands on Fatima because I'm not expecting that to happen because I know Tyler. But if they don't check her in a way to let Fatima know this ain't cool, we don't walk with this, Fatima is not their friend. She's not Danny's friend. She's not Sabrina's friend. They don't know her. They've been in her presence, maybe 3-4 times? She's not their friend. They ain't cool. Even if Danny said, you cool chick, you're cool. You ain't my friend, though. So I want to see them keep that same energy. Y'all just thought Karen died a couple episodes ago, and you about to lose your mind. Y'all let this chick walk in her house and they don't say nothing. Come on. I just had to say that because it was a whole lot of rah-rah going on and a whole lot of messages that were sent. And I'm like, people, when a favorite character or the majority of this of the fandom favorites character is not seen in a certain light with everybody, some people act like they don't know how to take that. Now my thing is, I'm gonna call a spade a spade. I don't care if I like the character a lot or like them a least bit. I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say, and I know you guys are too, and that's the beauty of it. But it's like, let's just be real here for a moment. Let's be real and let's be honest, please. Now, even though Aaron wasn't shown on the preview, when I tell y'all, Karen acts as if this man never existed in her life. And this is all literally, when I thought about him, this is exactly what I thought.
No more, how you not gonna hurt me, keep breaking my heart, stepping on it and shit.
I'm sure this captivates Aaron's thoughts, Aaron's feelings, and Aaron's emotions. Because I said, damn, bruh. You ain't even in the rear view. At least you can kind of see what's behind. You don't even exist in her world. You Casper, baby. It's so sad. Oh, it's so sad. Lord. But let me stop. But I thank y'all. And let me just say this too, in all seriousness. When I respond to people, because I know sometimes you cannot read the tone or sense the tone when I'm responding to y'all. If I ask you a question, now you can tell when I'm being a smart ass, but I'm genuinely asking questions. I'm genuinely trying to see where you're coming from. I'm not mad, because my thing is, we're going to have fun over here. I may not agree with what you say. I may not agree. And there's a lot of people who comment that I would say, you know what? I can see why you think that. I see why you feel that. I don't agree, but I can understand where you're coming from. Like, it ain't that deep. People act like they want to fight you or something like that. Trust me, it ain't that deep. It's really not. We gonna have fun. You have to, because this show will make people mad. It will make people upset. It makes people angry. It really takes people to a place of like where it's like really bad, because it can be triggering, because it can be reminiscent to certain experiences and things of that nature. And I do like the show for that purpose, but it's never to the point that I want to fight somebody because they don't agree with what I say. Like, it's never that deep. We just gonna have fun over here. And that's what I'm sticking to. So I thank you guys for listening. Like always, until next time, y'all be safe out there, and I will holler at y'all later.